My social impact initiative is education that empowers, encouraging success through learning. So mostly focusing on K through 12 education, but I really believe education goes much further than that. So I've tried to kind of focus on both aspects of that. I've seen a lot of people in school and while I was there and while I'm going towards college, that it's just been, well, I'm just here, or I'm just forced to do this, and learning doesn't really have an impact on me. But I want to make sure that we're setting goals, that we're taking advantage of the system that's set in place. As imperfect as it is, we can take advantage of the teachers and the resources and all of those things that really can help us become better as individuals and as a society. I think this one is just so important to all of us. It's something that really needs to happen within the poor and the rich, with every race, every individual person we are. It can affect all of us. And I think that's so amazing that with all of our differences, we can all come together and help each other learn in the classroom and outside. I know it's a crazy year, and we're getting ready for fall school, and a lot of it has changed from what we're used to, but that doesn't make education any less important. It's so important for us to continue to learn, to change our opinions when we find new resources or find new facts. It's so pivotal in this time right now. So something I learned in my European history class this last year was to change your perspective often. And that's something that it seemed important while I was learning history, but this summer has really taken flight, because I have my own perspective, and that's one from being in Utah County where I don't see a lot of diversity, but then to be on social media and to be in the news where there's so many people from so many different backgrounds, especially the Black Lives Matter. I really don't know a lot, or I didn't. I feel like I've learned more, but it's just learning about those people's experiences that has really helped me. Hearing their stories, some of them are so heart-wrenching, and it makes me want to do better. Even though it's not something that seems super relevant on the surface, I can always be better at being more kind and taking more action to help those who might need it and aren't showing that on the surface. And that's something that my social impact initiative started out with before all of these things came to light, was empowering through learning. And it's empowering me to take a stand, and I hope it's empowering others who might be marginalized to rise to the light and share their stories and help us understand them better. It really is just hearing stories and internalizing them. There's things that, again, I will say, well, I haven't experienced that. That's a common argument that people use against systemic racism, is that, well, I haven't seen it, I haven't experienced it. And even going into college, our BYU, where I'm gonna be going, they have a My View from BYU takeover on social media, and they had a Black woman who shared some of her experiences of racism at BYU, and that's something I never would have expected. It just wasn't on the top of my mind, but now as I'm going into college, it's something that I hope that I'm looking out for, that I'm gonna really try to make it a goal to make sure everyone feels included and important, because they do matter. That matter is the minimum, right? That's what we've learned a little bit, that we have to be able to be friends and to see, yes, they have a different color than I do, and that's great, that's beautiful, that's okay, and how can I learn from them? So education and empathy, it's really important to just internalize those, I think, to not only see them, not only hear about them, but to make them apply to me. What can I do to be better? And that's something that goes for a lot of things, not just race, but if there's other kids at school that might be struggling with homework or an assignment that, oh, well, I didn't struggle with it, get over it, you're fine. But instead saying, okay, here, how can I help you understand this? I was hoping to do more of a presentation style. I don't know if that'll happen with all of the craziness that's going on. But I think it is important to be in classrooms and being service-oriented. And one of my original ideas was to say, hey, here's some study tips and study helps. And I think that can be important even with all that's going on, to help improve those ideas. And maybe instead of, I want to be a history teacher, so that's where I'm going with this. But instead of just learning your textbook history, maybe let's go a little bit deeper and see how other people would have their perspectives. I didn't learn to see from others' perspectives until this last year. That seems crazy to me, to say, well, you can only see from this one point of view. I want to encourage students to look from other people's point of view too. We have so many resources right now that kids can learn those other perspectives and find more joy in their education because of those. Thanks for learning more about my social impact initiative. I'm so excited for the school year to start this fall, whatever that looks like for you, whether you're a student learning remotely, learning at school, or a parent of one of those students. I'm excited for you. This fall, I encourage you before school starts or even a little bit after to make some goals for yourself, to make sure you know what you want to get out of this school year. If it's making more friends, if it's learning how to be more kind, if it's getting a better grade than you did last year, that's great. Whatever it is, make sure you have one of those so you're learning with a purpose. I'm excited for you and I can't wait to see you again. Thanks.